When I'm on a story, I do my investigation. I'm in Marsh Harbor. Today is the 19th of July. And I saw this on Sedness one morning, man, and I wasn't crying, but water was coming to my eyes. This preacher was saying all the right thing. He was hitting all the notes. And the key to what he was saying, and I always say this about Bahamians that go abroad, they don't recognize the world has millions of people, but we in the Bahamas is the only one that speaks this way. I talked to some of my boys over there. I said, why you all change your accent? Oh, because Americans couldn't understand the way we speak. I said, because you're an idiot and you're an ass. That's why they couldn't understand you. I speak this way. I've been in the business 35 years. There's not a word that Kai Mills say to the Americans, the Englishmen, the Germans, the Spaniards, the Cubans, that they don't understand. So that's garbage, hogwash. You're just an idiot. That we are the only one on planet Earth that speak this way. And 2 weeks in America, you sound like a jackass. That's what you sound like. I don't understand. And the preacher, back to what he's saying, sometimes I lose focus. I went through a storm. Wood and house and other stuff was coming out my head at 200 mile an hour with 220 mile an hour gusts. I had to do the matrix. I had to move swiftly, think ahead of 200 mile an hour piece of wood coming to knock my head off. I went through some stuff. I've seen bodies with no head. I've seen bodies with no leg. I've seen bodies with no feet. I've never seen that before. I was not in the war zone. I was in Hurricane Dorian. So I had to teach myself how to get all that garbage out of my brain. I had a friend, real quickly, that was a very prominent black brother in the community, and he turned into alcoholic. I said, what happened to you? He said, my best friend died. And every time I go to sleep, I saw the blood and guts coming out of him, but I learned I never was drunk in my life. I got drunk and I could sleep. Sleep deprivation. When you can't sleep, it plays a big part of your life. And he found out that once he drink, he could sleep. And he's been a drunkard ever since, can't help himself. But we have not come to that yet. I haven't come to that. I have never been drunk one day in my life, thank God. Never smoked. Never tried cocaine. Don't like the smell of marijuana. Boy, if I was freebase and tried that rock, where would I be? You imagine Kai stoned, Kai drunk, Kai high. I have just so beautifully gifted that life and fresh air gets me high. I get high on helping others. That is why I could speak. I will come sooner and later. You heard me talk about what Henfield has done and what the government hasn't done, but I want to come to you sooner or later and tell you what Kai plans are. But you see, they're a bunch of groupers, the FNM. They ain't got no plan. And I don't want my plan to be stolen to incorporate with their plan. We have went to hell and back 24 hours with Hurricane Dorian, and we lasted 2 years with the FNM government. We're still at hurricane warning. with this government. We're still in warning. When I come back to what I originally started with, the preacher said that anybody that benefit from the Bahamas more than Bahamians is unacceptable, because God put Bahamians on this rock called the Bahamas, and it's irresponsible for any government to let anybody benefit from the Bahamas more than Bahamians. There's an example of that down at the Abaco Club, that the government give the original owners of the Abaco Club 350 acres. They did not only give them the land, but they sold it and we got nothing but their jobs. People like Craig Crouch, a South African, he is benefiting more from the Abaco Club than Bahamians, and have the audacity to send Bahamians home because he don't like the way they look. They come to work late. But this guy got fired from Baker's Bay, or whatever the problem was. How could he come from Baker's Bay to the Abaco Club? We understand how he got to Baker's Bay. One little black pink-lipped fella there named Dr. Livingston Marshall, the deliverer of all corruption in the Bahamas. If Dr. Livingston Marshall was in America, he would be doing 10 lifetimes. And all the people that he corrupted, from the courts, from the police, from all agencies, even from the Prime Minister, no exception, Brent Simnett, the Prime Minister of the country, Hubert Minnis, Dr. Livingston Marshall corrupted all of them with that Baker's Bay money. But we're talking about this South African. His ancestors jailed Nelson Mandela, and he is here in Abaco, a foreign manager making it life hard for Bahamians. How did we get so bad that a South African at the Abaco Club, Craig Crouch, could make life more difficult for people that went through a storm? That's because we don't have James Albury nor Darren Henfield to speak for such people. Kai is here shining light on a vexing situation. This Craig Crouch is a cockroach, a real white cockroach. What he has been doing for the past 2 years, since we have lost our loved ones, since people have lost their father, their mother, homeless, he's treating them like slaves. Only thing is missing is the shackles and the whip. But the same mentality of a South African that he brought from South Africa into Baker's Bay, got let go from Baker's Bay, and then now he's at the Abaco Club. Craig Crouch is the biggest white cockroach in the Bahamas. What is Ellsworth Johnson doing? What is Clarence Russell doing? Forget James Albury. The milk boy has left the building. What is Darren doing? Besides having buffet with Steve Pettikin, Gary Smith, and chicken. Chicken should be shaming himself down there. He's a cannibal. He's eating chicken. A chicken don't eat chicken. In Grand Key Chicken, you should be shaming yourself. He's a cannibal. Darren will turn you into a cannibal. This is who Darren got down there campaigning. But we're talking about Craig Crouch and his treatment of black people, using blacks to discriminate and to put their knees on the necks of their own black people. Because Craig Crouch said it's okay. He bring that same racist. I talked to some of them down there. I wish I could poke them right in the eye. All they're doing is singing Craig Cruz praise until they behind got fired. But one person that left the Abaco Club because of Craig Cruz is Vandia Stewart, the FNM candidate. I know sometimes Vandia you're embarrassed because what has happened, but you need to speak out about Craig Cruz. If you cannot speak, Vandia, my girl, I love you. But this is time for you to go to Minnis, go to Darren, go to Ellsworth Johnson, and said Craig Cruz should not be in the Bahamas, Vandia. If you cannot speak to that now, with your own condition and your sister's conditions of what Craig Cruz have done to y'all and have not done, you cannot represent a people, girlfriend. Sit down with Minnis. Sit down with Darren with got his hand on Minnis' coat like a little child up and down, holding on to Minnis' coat tail. Say to Minnis, say to Ellsworth Johnson, you are the candidate for the party that's in power now. Vandia, my girl, you got some power. Exercise your power wisely. These people that you're going to speak for at the Abaco Club that is being brutalized by Craig Cruz may support you. But if you say nothing, do nothing, how could you represent a people that is being ripped, handcuffed by a racist from South Africa in the district that you want to represent? Speak up, Vandia. Kai can't do it all by himself. Craig Cruz need to leave the Bahamas before we get rid of Minnis. And Vandia, if you could help me with this one, that would be a good look. Maybe you'll get some votes. But you gotta speak because you worked at the Abaco Club for years. And you know Craig Cruz is an absolute cockroach. The biggest white racist roach in the Bahamas is Craig Cruz. Vandia Stewart, the FNM candidate for South and Central Abaco, speak out against such racism at the Abaco Club. Kai got your back. The workers of Abaco Club that remains needs you to speak. Kai is speaking because I care. That's why I'm here. Craig Cruz need to go back to South Africa as an undesirable and never to return to this country called the Bahamas. This is Sunday, man. I'm tired of this type of racism that somebody from South Africa could have his knees on the necks of the black workers. And so much that a foreign manager is making it hard for Bahamians in the Bahamas. It's unacceptable. I'm out of here, but I care. That's why I'm here.